Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the simulation. So we're back here in inZOI, and we're here in I think it's a hotel that she wanted to meet up with a friend at, Olivia. So she wanted to talk about something that was super important, apparently, and so we're here meeting up with her. We're pretty much best friends now. Anyways, so today we're gonna get into some smart Zoe prompts, and I'm gonna see if I can max out Sarah's singing skills because she seems to like that a lot. But anyways, I put out a video recently talking about an update that just came out for inZOI, detailing DLSS 4 and overrides for the NVIDIA app and how to set that up. If you want to check it out, I'll go ahead and put it up here. Yeah, let's get into it. So Samia and her are best friends now. That didn't take terribly long, I don't think. I think friendships in general are pretty fast in this game, but raising skills maybe not so much. Oh, also, before I get too far, there are some decent mods that came out um, that increases the draw distance of the game, and also some details like I guess pre-launch supposedly that allows you to see more details on the Zoi's faces and bodies, etc. But also they removed the blur, from taking a shower as well as the towel. And yeah, full nudity now is on there. Anyways, so that's what's going on so far. Let's get into this playthrough. Let's have a little fun. Commentary here and there. You know how this is. I don't do a whole lot of talking when I'm really into it, so it is what it is. It's crazy she decides to eat a piece of cake when she's hungry. Who hasn't done that though, right? This view is just beautiful, honestly. The only critique, one of the major critiques in this game for me has to be the draw distance and the pop-ins. Otherwise, it is a gorgeous game. Like I can just walk around here and relax and take some pictures and be fine with that. But the draw distance, man. Yeah, I still haven't seen a whole lot of interactions outside of me initiating a conversation with other Zois. So that's also another sore spot. Wow, I can actually play as other Zois randomly. That's cool. I wonder if I can use this to basically influence the rest of the world by switching to them all and using smart Zoe prompts to kind of push them to socialize with each other more like I wanted to do in previous playthroughs. This logic book fascinating kind of makes me want to dive deeper into something mysterious. That's an original thought. So let's see how we can get her to think, how we can get her to socialize with everyone more. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and copy and paste these specific lines. Just I should socialize more with the world unprompted to the rest of her family and go from there. I feel like there's a lot that I'm missing with smart Zoids, honestly. There has to be a way to like directly influence the world, like, actually get them to perform actions based on prompts. It's crazy. They're friends and everything, but she invited me out here to have this conversation. And oh, maybe this is it. No, this is just things I actually decided to talk to her about. So, anyways, they're not talking about anything. You would imagine some kind of exchange specific to that. Oh, this is cool. Like friendship log, things that progressively you should kind of hope to accomplish. Yeah, I feel like the more goal oriented this game is, optionally speaking, then I think the more fun it would be. I mean, it sounds kind of like dumb to some people that just prefer freedom over everything, but what the heck are they mad about? They just sat there. I think they missed the opportunity with this phone, honestly. Um, it kind of sits at 89% the whole time. I feel like when they're away from home, if they had to gradually like lower, maybe not completely to zero, but just to see that something Rockstar would have done, honestly. It's like it's a little something small, but it's immersive enough that people would pay attention and be like, oh, this is cool. And they also missed a little opportunity with the smart Zoe concept because I like that they have the different conversations you can have like listed and not necessarily like lines that you would say. But because you have essentially like an LLM like in here, like it just pops up or all right, looking decent, time to head back and see what works with her. Yeah, they missed an opportunity because they could easily just have, things pop up like the conversations that you have. Once in a while, they have like different lines for specific things, like when you're trying to find out personalities. I need to keep practicing. Perfecting my voice means uh, I'll, I'll make for a stronger version of myself for them. So, yes, they keep thinking of the prompt that I put in there. You can tell. But like I said, I guess that is action to some degree, but it's not direct. You know what I mean? But yeah, they missed an opportunity because they could have easily had every conversation that you have actually list dialogue that you can read optionally. Just go ahead and turn it on or off if you wanted to for some folks. I guess people sit around at a table and don't say anything to each other. I'm amazed at how well optimized this game is, honestly. I do have frame generation on for DLAA, and you rarely see the little ghosting silhouette. Every once in a while, you get close enough, you'll see it.
Fio Yaluandini.
Elomi. Komi.
Quivi.
Jamor.
Zu.
Vitro Saranta.
Rally. Mina.
Nexi Ruchimi.
Yeah, hopefully they get the multitasking down soon. It's not a huge thing, but the fact that they have to get up to do certain, conversations is I don't know. It's a little bit unimmersive, I guess, not complaining. Once again, just talking about a game that we like. So let's go ahead and try here. It looks like you can't just switch to anyone that you want, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is really a bug because I've had to reload saves for certain things to work correctly. Sure, let's do that. We're just talking, guys. I'm trying to see if I can just switch to her.
Uh-huh.
Nasha crepe.
Samolio.
Shalaleo.
Huh? Miwi
Quintlelandi.
Kresu. Tuwimi. Look. Kama.
Polanot.
Yolito.
Voi?
Oh.
La Suda Fliba. Churro.
I wonder, let me see, what is the prerequisite here? Can you just play as anybody or no? Do they have to be a friend? Looks like they probably have to be a friend or something. So let's get that. Let's get that going. We're gonna make a friend here, buddy. Yeah, so I've had an issue once before where for some reason if you hover over the food, usually it tells you the quality and things about it. But there were a few instances where it just wouldn't show anything for the food. And yeah, I literally had to just, reload a save for it to start working again. So I wonder if this is something similar. For some reason, you can't switch right now between the Zois. I think some of these options to get to know another Zoi is weird that it's under certain, like, it's say under affection or romance, like things that it's a little bit closer than you'd want. I mean, I guess if you're finding things like preferences about someone, it'd be close, but I don't know. I like that they listed all the types of dialogue that you could have here. But I would like it if it was ordered based on the types. Oh no. What are you mad about?
Jukisuz. Feliciating. Sue. Wawa. Van.
It always trips me up how similar they kind of look as a family. It's weird. But I guess that was the goal. Just stroll in. Just trying to hang out with dad. Have this conversation with a stranger. Don't blame her. That is probably one of first times I noticed a realistic. Yeah, this is one of the first times I noticed something realistic like that. As far as Zoe behavior, this is real. Like them coming out and actually joining in the conversation. Hey, dad's talking to this strange lady. What's this all about? Makes sense. Maybe some people haven't noticed this, but there's a lot of people that walk around. I guess they did it in The Sims too. There's a lot of Zois walking around that don't even live in this city.
Kolo maladunavi. Manduli. La suda fliba.
I don't know why the Zoi's language sounds Mediterranean to me, or like a romance language somehow. See how it has that over their head? They should do that for every dialogue if you choose. Yeah, I think I discovered the Bliss Bay portal to other worlds. Behind that lamppost or street light, everybody just keeps popping in. I'm sure you've seen it by now, but that's crazy. Yeah, it's there. Yeah, that's weird. They have this whole proposed work together as a partner for my daughter. I feel like I even did it. Yeah, it's like I'm pretty sure she's a teen. I don't know, maybe like a future thing. Oh well, doesn't make much sense. But it's definitely a good option, like in dialogue in general, getting closer to others in that type of relationship. So this is as close as you'll get to like that lifetime wish store kind of thing in The Sims. Just sitting there like literally miming each other, or should I say mirroring each other. Man, dude's getting really cozy with this random chick. But this is all for science, guys. This is for science.
Mandi. Sondi.
Yeah, we need to get her to write more. She can write like cookbooks and stuff later on. I haven't noticed whether or not you can just message people. I think I've tried before to just message someone without them messaging me first, as in replying. It seems like you can only reply. I haven't seen an option to actually message on my own, but this game is pretty vast in scope, guys. I mean, you probably noticed me playing, and you're probably, thinking, oh, why doesn't he do this? Why doesn't he do that? I think I'd be thinking the same thing, but the amount of options and amount of things you can do, it's like every time I play, it's just eyes wide, just discovering things. I remember in The Sims, after a while, you started being able to remember certain dialogue, certain things that they'll say in Simlish, as I call it, depending the situation. Like Nipala, like things that they would say. Like you understand what they mean because they say the same thing when they say goodbye, hello, or when they're hungry. I wonder if we'll start remembering or figuring out their little language in here. Like they say that whole they do that a lot. For me, that sounds like listen. Just hold on. That's what that sounds like in conversation to me. Oh, gotta finish that conversation. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think this is working. I don't think raising a relationship is what's causing me to switch to these different people. I don't know. I don't know which one was the glitch. Maybe switching I wasn't supposed to be able to do. But I'm trying. I want to go ahead and use the prompts on the entire world and just say, "Hey, talk to each other at will." but but anyway, so these dialogues, I think they could be ordered based on what you see there. So you have romance, you have business, you have friendship, but they're not ordered whenever you know, clicked on them. Yeah. So it should be kind of reordered in a way that you can just know that the very top one's going to be romance, just like it is. But I think it's just a matter of fine tuning over time. That's why it's great that we have this early access.
Vinamoy. Onzio.
Yan
Du.
Spico.
Bozo?
Manavini. Abonja. Ha.
Kolo
Noi.
I think she just said Nipala. I wonder if there's some kind of issue with inZOI Studio actually using so much of the ideas from The Sims. Like, they didn't have to start from scratch, but how much of it is, I don't know. I don't think you can copyright like a style. Oh man. Yeah, I screwed up. I gave all of the singing things to Samia, her mom, instead of her. I guess she's gonna clean first. That's nice of her. Just trying to make the parents happy. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Write this dang book. You can't do this. What's the problem here? So it's not like the level or anything. It's not a specific book. For some reason it won't let me write here. Is she like upset about something? Maybe it's the chair. Yep. I think this is just another glitch. Kind of reminds me of the workbench. Moving it around. Maybe the chair's stuck in a wrong spot, but you can't tell. Nope. Yeah, so it reminds me of the workbench. Same thing. Like, I think it might be a custom item though. Maybe that was the issue, but regardless, every time you try to continue to work at the bench, you can do it a couple times maybe, and it'll be fine, but then there'll be a time where it'll just endlessly work at the bench. Even if you cancel it, they'll be stuck. Dang. So it's just in this room, I guess. Nope. Doesn't matter what type of book. There's so many things in here I haven't tried yet, honestly. Study for certification. I have tried that, but I'm not sure. studying for what? Like, I don't know what skill you get from it. So this computer works. So it's definitely in this room. I think it is the same glitch as the workbench. What I had to do was basically go buy a new one, but maybe she doesn't have access to the room somehow. You know, programming and all of that sometimes is finicky. So only Marcel has the permission to edit. No, that didn't change anything. Yeah, I think it's gonna be the whole. I think I'm gonna have to just buy a new one. Yeah, I just went ahead and edit the whole freaking the whole place, different floors. Why not? All right, let's try it. Let's try it. Let's try it again. Yeah, we're gonna get her to sing all day long. I want to be able to play concerts. I want to be able to have my own little cafe and serve up all the food while mom's like handling, the business and kind of head chef. And I do some entertaining. Is it me? Like, or is she not going to school? I feel like she missed school altogether. That's weird. It should have given me a notification though if she missed school, right? Hmm. That's crazy. I wonder if you can actually apply to elementary and middle school, even though you're. Yeah, she's young adult now. Did she just age up and I didn't? I I I wasn't even notified. I wonder if it's one of the mods. Maybe the mod forced her to age up. That's the thing with mods, guys. I mean, especially at the beginning phase of it, like you don't know, what the conflicts will be. The modders don't know what the conflicts will be. Yeah, think she aged up. Yeah, she doesn't look bad. She looks Mediterranean, like 100%. She looks Spanish, like from Spain. I wonder if I can switch her now to the 18-year-old or 20-something-year-old Sarah England I created. I'll check. Yeah, there's no way to like edit like from in here. I think the only way you can do it, is by interacting with yourself, like almost like changing your appearance like you did in The Sims. Well, I need to try that. Think maybe later. Yeah, you can't click on anyone here to edit them. No options aren't here, but I'll go ahead and spruce up these controls a little bit. I don't know. Some people want maximum chaos in their cities. I mean, yeah, I'm not really interested. I'm more interested in the story that I can tell. Whatever's most conducive to me telling that story is how I'm gonna play it. But yeah, I don't see a straightforward way to just say edit, or like even when you go to the world, you know how in the Sims you can edit your town, but it'll warn you basically, like, But this seems like after you created a Zoe, that's pretty much it. There's no editing that Zoid beyond their attire. But yeah, in The Sims, you can literally go directly to the library, or your library or the gallery, and download another Sim and replace them with that Sim that you want in the family, like even in the middle of a playthrough. But once again, growing pains, right? Yeah, there was no way. There's no way to change her. No matter how she sounds right now, guys, she sounds so much better than where we started. I kind of want to see a different variety of, practice songs, but no, it's good. At least you can see the progression. They didn't skim on that or anything, I don't think. What the heck is Marcel doing? Where's he at? Haven't been paying attention. There we go. More chit chat. I wish we had more of the actions with Karma too, just because Karma seems to be a huge thing in here. It's almost like sometimes, like, it warns you to the point where it feels like it's gonna, interrupt your playthrough. Like if you don't manage this whole world. I mean, I thought it was like an optional thing, it's cool backstory to think that you're in control of this. You're working with AR company and this and that. But yeah, honestly, I don't want to be forced to manage an entire like city, or else I'd play like a city builder. But you know what? Option is there. So we have a little bit of romance, business, and friendship. I don't know how I think the romance happened because I keep clicking romance to get traits or preferences in certain conversations that aren't necessarily romantic in nature. Like the philosophy of, you know, uh, of love isn't inherently me, making advances at you.
Fantasty. Kababawanzi. Onagrovi.
I'm going to do another playthrough with my new character that I can just, do some crazy stuff. I'm going to go ahead and just like romance a bunch of people rapid fire at once. See what happens. How jealous everybody gets. Feels like compliment inherently somehow is romantic in here too. That's weird, you know? It's like, is that really the world that we're living in now? Like, if I compliment you on something, I must be into you.
Uh-huh.
Sophie.
Blinska vinstulista. Ha.
Sigmund
Lumpa.
I
Lantaranese.
don't know. I don't.
Zibberstas.
I'm still trying to raise this relationship so I can try to switch to her, but like I said,
Krista Terista. So turd.
seems like this is a futile exercise. Ooh,
Adore me.
peers. So it looks like those designation that pops up, like, you know, loving family or those different milestones in relationships, it can pop up. It can be for one person, but not the other.
Grabby titi bazu.
So obviously,
Aha.
how I feel about you can progress along a lot faster for me than it would for you. And they got that right, I think. I just don't know.
Lima yoli. Grabby
Yeah,
titi
I think they
bazu.
got that right, honestly.
La Sue de Fliba.
Boo.
Churoji
Billy?
Titien.
Nah. It's funny how they do that.
Wawa.
Every time you ask them something about themselves, like a preference,
Gobble
especially if it's a romantic listed or related, they'll do the whole point thing like, you thought.
Vinny Vu. Ma view. Balagwa. Charanomi.
Guys, this is not
Huh?
an easy game to make. I don't think.
Vanisma.
These devs work pretty damn hard.
Uh-huh.
Oh, there's his wife right there, just
Vinstulista.
strolling along.
Sigmund
Lumpa.
Lantaranese.
Gleep zibberstas.
Dang, she's pretty loud singing in there. Jeez. It's crazy how sometimes there's zero inner thoughts.
Judesa.
Is that accurate though? Right? Or sometimes we're just thinking absolutely nothing. I personally don't think so. When I ask somebody, what are you thinking? And they're like, nothing. I don't know. I'd call you a liar. I don't think anyone can ever think nothing unless you're dead.
Colano Bua.
Lexi Ruchimi.
Swan.
Oh.
Yeah,
Dulay
Farah.
Pravon.
Willie Nem.
Krista Terista.
I swear,
Montmi.
somebody's gonna come up with a Wikipedia, not Wikipedia, just a wiki of all the dialogue
Kula.
that these Zois used.
Nivio.
Look at the lighting on his jacket. If you pay attention, you'll see all that ray tracing. Yeah, I think we're gonna call it on interacting with this lady. The lighting, man, that looks so good. It looks so inviting, right? Like, I'd want to live here. I mean, I'd redecorate a little bit different. But this is my little starter spot. But the lighting, man, like, just get him to work out. Yeah, they really should work on their goals in this game. Like, it's pretty easy to get bored in a game, no matter how creative you are, when you don't see any goals to like achieve, propel you forward. They have those thoughts like, oh, do this, but those are kind of whims, you know? Like, yeah, it's just a box to tick. There's no logical progression in that. It's just like, do this. It's like, why? But if they had goals, like for instance, I'm working out. I know in The Sims, my career, you know, progression is, you know, contingent upon how well I do physically and logically. I'm going to work on those things. But here, I don't see that for, you know, my career. Where are we at? So there's a karma right there. I wanted to see if it just randomly chose one for her when she aged up, like randomly. Does this fit for her? I think we might change it. Yeah, get that workout. I wonder if anybody actually lives next door. Like, I've seen people stand up there on their phones and things like that, but I don't know. They're running around with plates from restaurants because I told them to go home. And they put it inside of their bag, kind of like in The Sims. I mean, we didn't think much of that then. There's no problem now. I just hope they let us put food in a fridge instead of stop wasting their food. Like that. That's annoying. I made this masterpiece of a meal. And here comes my wife doing her due diligence. Trash. What the frick? Yeah, you gotta pay attention to these little set schedules. Sometimes you're trying to do things and they really interrupt you if you don't cancel them. Like they'll always try to run to it, but she needs to sing. She needs to sing all day long. I realize I am doing a decent amount of talking in this one. Had a good run this morning. Kind of did like 5 miles with my lieutenant. He's trying to go special forces. He's getting looked at, and we're trying to get him there. So the goal is progressively increase the distance, decrease pace over a long period of time. But anyways, cooked breakfast this morning for from a lady. Had lots of time, and yeah, good mood. Yeah, we sell that book, and you need to work on another one. That's what you need to do, young lady. But yeah, in the future, I'll go ahead and I'll test it out for you, buddy, and undo a playthrough while I don't talk. You know, in Spanish, ya sé means like, you know, already know. I don't know if they're taking this from different languages. Dialogue. They have to. Some of it even sounds German. I've heard some. Oh, level 10. Sarah England has reached performance 10. Now we can say the Zoe captivates audience. They can now book a comedy club performance or singing competition on the computer, engaging in various performance, generate income. Yeah, good stuff. That's what we need. She's gonna have to go to sleep soon. She doesn't need to keep singing. But you know what? I want to see. What does it do? Does it get better like the singing practices? Nah. Keep singing the same thing. We'll test it out some more later. So I don't believe I saw the romance option before when I was a teen with that guy, Jong Yoon. But that's kind of an indicator that she aged up somehow. Man, the frequency of that little trip check my foot thing, I don't know where that came from. I don't know if it's like a mostly Eastern thing, but I don't believe I've ever seen somebody do that on the street.
Doi banji.
Doi banji. Propose. work relationship.
Fleaba quimbus.
Sophie.
Subish monana. Quindo
Oh.
windleberry
Aha.
mosana.
Monana.
Quivik bondas.
Rinchilla.
Kishusanamo.
Tarantula.
Fa-
Colleague. See,
Huate damima. Nama?
it's a little different for
Aw.
for each. I don't know what this interaction is supposed to be. Is she like supposed to like kiss him on the cheek? They go, "Aw," and then go forward. See? But the interactions don't match. How's that even possible?
Aw.
Hee haw. Dude, look at the graphics on her washing those dishes. That is amazing. Express boundless love. That's a little bit weird for a daughter, but I don't know if it's just thrown in there.
Marivina. Monfo.
Marivina.
Rolimino. Ua, ua.
Ooh, ooh, what the heck? Ooh, ooh. That's silly. Some people are like, oh, I don't know why it makes those sounds whenever you switch, each time, but I think it's a pretty good indicator. I think maybe it should be varied depending on the person, like the switching sounds a little bit, but I like it. It's a chipper kind of cue. See what we can write. Get her on a similar path here. She needs to eat first before we get into anything grueling. She already accomplished so much. Level 10, singing. Yeah, girl's crushing it. Nah, just gonna do some takeout. Olivia Abbott. Let's see where we're at. Yeah, they definitely improved the eating. I remember when I first saw this, guys, it wasn't as good. Yeah, we need to interact with our wife a little bit more. I need to work on my relationship with her. Huh. Yeah, get yourself up. Like, why is there flowers for the work relationship thing? I get that, like, on a love milestone, but, work relationship, maybe suitcases or something, or pens and paper floating everywhere, but, I don't know, flowers is just random. I mean, am I wrong? Could be wrong. Oh, so yeah, there's no blur anymore. So she's just sitting there with her shorts, just exercising that poop cutter. Dude, once again, man, physics there. I don't know if there's floaties in there after they're done. I think I've seen a guy like literally look in the freaking toilet after they go. I'm not gonna do that to you guys, but I've seen it done. And I think I've seen horrific scene. Yeah, so even though her singing is leveled to 10, apparently because she has no instrument essentially that she's well versed in, she can't compose music. I mean, does that make sense? Technically, I can use Fruity Loops, make some beats, compose tunes there, but we're going to go ahead and get ourselves a guitar. As y'all saw with my main character, that dude's tearing it up on the guitar. I really want to get her a piano, but it's too expensive. I want to apply to a college next, but I don't know if I should because it's going to be so time consuming. But I feel like, we should get a leg up in life, you know? Yeah, I'll probably do it because we have to get that playthrough in there, see what that's like gameplay mechanic wise. I like that the very first level. I don't know how realistic it is, but I do like that they did it. From 0 to 1 was really fast because nobody stays at 0 experience on anything for a significant amount of time. Just the act of attempting to do something gives you experience. Oh, in case y'all didn't know, that air purifier thing that I have sitting there in the hallway, it helps you not get sick as much. Time for bed. Yeah, I guess it was a full day for everyone. She's still trying to sleep on the couch for some reason. I don't know why it does that sometimes. Like, does she need a shower first? I don't know what the issue is, but it's like, I think it has to do with the amount of sleep they need. You see how it's sectioned off for the sleep? I think depending on how low it is, it decides if you need a nap, you know, a rest, or if you actually fully on go to sleep. See, no blur. Still have the towel because duh. But yeah, I don't think I'm ever gonna do like a nude playthrough. I'm just putting it out there right now, but it's out there, guys. I've even seen it listed on, you know, Lover's Lab. They have a section for inZOI, and that is fast. I haven't seen a game popped up on there that fast. Not even KCD2 is on there. It has no content on it yet, but it already is listed. The people running that site know this game is going to be on there. And that's essentially where Wicked Whims kicked off. So stay tuned. That was a nice little spin to get to the sink. So washing your hands does increase your hygiene significantly, which is crazy. The amount that it increased just because you wash your hands, it's kind of weird, but it's good that it works. It does something. So I would like to see in the future that you don't have to go to a wardrobe to change your outfit, like before bed. Like either they automatically do it, or when it's close to bedtime, it's laid out somewhere and they go there and change. But yeah, yeah, this was fun. I'm gonna play more with the main dude, Don Vince. Crazy dreams, huh? Guys, this was fun. I'll do another one. No talking, less talking. Long playthrough. All right, guys, I think I'm gonna call it here. So far, we've got Sarah aged up here. She's at level 10 on singing, so we just got to figure out. We just have to figure out the instrument that she can use to start writing some songs, and then increase the cooking skills, and maybe we can run a restaurant where she and her mom runs a restaurant. Sounds like a good deal. But yeah, y'all take care. Stay out of trouble. Peace.